Gacha games are everywhere right now. Between the endless hype, drama, and daily login fatigue, it's hard to figure out which games are actually worth your time. But after playing way too many this year, 4 titles really stood out to me. Not just because they're fun, but because they do something different. Something that makes them feel like they respect your time, or at least reward it better than the rest. So here are 4 gacha games I actually think are worth checking out in 2025, and 2 honorable mentions because I don't play enough, but my friends won't shut up about it. Let's start with the new kid that had a rough start but bounced back in style. Zenless Zone Zero might be the most polished gacha game experience Hoyoverse has ever delivered. After ironing out some early issues, yeah, they can't get rid of the Gunnar allegations, that'll just stay. But beside that, it is definitely one of the best gacha games out there right now. At launch, ZZZ struggled to find its identity. The original systems leaned too heavily on confusing TV channel gimmick that slowed everything down, but Hoyoverse listened. They scrapped what didn't work and rebuilt a smoother, more player-friendly experience. Now, it's sleek, it's vibrant, and it moves. ZZZ plays like an urban dungeon crawler with real-time combat that's flashy, crunchy, and it's honestly really fun. You are swapping between characters mid-combo, dodging attacks, and unleashing supers with slick animations. It's kind of arcadey at sometimes, but still, it's very deep into building its story and its characters. The presentation is elite, from the proxy system to the fake internet overlays. Everything drips with charm and style. The clothing, the characters, the voice acting. And beneath the polish, there's also a very enjoyable story. If you don't let the FOMO aspects that Hoyoverse does with every game get into you and play ZZZ just for the story and the characters, ZZZ becomes a fun, character-rich world where you want to be in, not just a game you feel pressure to keep up with. Yes, it still has a gacha system and stamina mechanic. And yes, it is by Hoyoverse, therefore the gacha system is not as generous as other games. But it's also one of the rare games where the daily experience and grinding kind of feels super stylish and snappy that even a quick login just feels like a good time. If ZZZ is about style, Limbus Company is about substance. This is the weirdest, darkest, and most fascinating gacha game I've played all year. And it's not for everyone, but for the people it is for, it hits hard. Limbus is from Project Moon, the team behind Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruena. So yeah, expect lore. And I don't just mean cutscene lore, I mean pages of journals, biblical metaphors, and weird pseudoscience. And character writing that somehow feels both grotesque and tender. There are 12 core characters in Limbus, known as sinners, but you're just not rolling for new characters. You're rolling for alternate versions of them, drawn from different timelines and inspired by famous novels. That's right, each sinner is based on a literary figure, like Faust, Gregor, or Don Quixote, it gives the game this wild, literary, gothic edge that's completely unique from anything else I've played. Gameplay-wise, it's a mix of turn-based strategy and real-time planning. You battle using a clash system that rewards smart timing and synergies. There's also a bunch of reading for skills and what goes well with each other, so it really goes into depth on the combat system. It's really challenging, but that's what makes it so rewarding. And here's the kicker. Limbus Company might be the most free-to-play friendly gacha out there, because technically you can grind for any character or ego, which is their ultimate, through the game's battle pass. It takes time, sure, but it's possible, and that alone sets it apart in a genre that usually is stingy with the newest content or the characters of the past. Limbus Company doesn't care if it's mainstream. It just wants to be good. And in a sea of gacha games chasing trends, it's honestly refreshing. This is a game I can go back to anytime just to enjoy the story. And if I want old characters or old egos, I can just grind for them and I don't have to worry about gacha system and saving for it. Alright, well, you know it, I know it. I have to recommend Uma, as it's my #1 pick for gacha games right now, and I can't even begin to tell you how invested I am in this game. If this video gets 10k likes, maybe I'll stream it. But anyways, Musume is a game where you train anime horse girls based on real life horses. And there's an anime that I talked about. I'll probably link the video somewhere around here. Yes, really, it is about picking and choosing a character, developing their stats over time, over a limited training session, and try to guide them to victory in multiple races. And it's weirdly compelling. There's RNG, stat balancing, event planning, all wrapped in cute animations and surprisingly emotional story beats. Each training run feels like a miniature roguelike where you manage risk versus reward and hope your girl peaks at the right time. But what really sold me is the redemption arc. You can take a low tier girl, train the hell out of her, and beat top tier rivals. The satisfaction is real. The fact that it's you that made her better, not just by pulling a stronger version in a banner, makes the game more personal. Plus, the production value is insane. The music, the victory concerts, the UI polish, this isn't a side project. It's a full-on experience. Even better if you've already watched the anime. This is a game that's way better than it has any right to be. Wuthering Waves might have launched with a thud, but in 2025, it's quietly become one of the best gacha games on the market. Let's not sugarcoat it. The original release was rough. Optimization issues, bugs, clunky progression. It gave a lot of people a bad first impression. But since then, Kuro Games has been on a redemption arc that honestly rivals any top gacha game out there. With the release of 2.0, the game feels reborn. The new region, Rena, is not only gorgeous, but also dripping with personality and detail. The environmental music alone is incredible, featuring live performances and ambient track that elevates the world building in a way that's rare for any mobile or PC game, gacha or not. And what really matters is the gameplay, and Wuthering Waves delivers. The combat is fast, fluid, and genuinely satisfying. with new bosses that demand real skill. Dodging and parrying finally matter. Nightmare echoes and new Sonata sets give you more depth in how you build and play characters. And they've finally started rewarding characters who want to engage with the more technical mechanics. Plus, quality of life changes like immersion mode, character flexibility, easier crafting, and PS5 support shows that Curl isn't just tweaking, they are listening. The writing's gotten better too. While the early story felt bogged down with jargon and exposition, recent updates focus more on showing rather than telling. It's more inviting, more human, and honestly just better storytelling. I mean, Wuthering Waves in 2.0 isn't just a patch game, it's a reimagined one. And if you dropped it early like me and want to re-pick it up, I think now is the time. I had a chance to try out the 2.0 story and I was just blown away. So this game is actually what a successful second chance looks like. Some two quick shoutouts. One is Arknights, where it's a tactical tower defense gacha with one of the best world building in mobile gaming. Haven't played it enough to judge it myself, but everyone I trust swears by it. Punishing Grey Raven, slick combat, gorgeous visuals, and a surprisingly heavy story. Just haven't had time to deep dive into it. Now, there's no perfect gacha game. They all have flaws. But in 2025, there are at least 4 that stand out, not just because they look good, but because they are doing something interesting. Zenless Zone Zero is styled perfected, Limbus Company is storytelling unleashed, Musume is joyfully weird, and Wuthering Waves, now that's one to watch. Try one or try all 4. Just make sure it's one that gives you something back, and one that is worth your time. Alright, subscribe if you want more. Peace.